Hi, folks. Welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. I'm with General McInerney, one of my favorites to have on the show. Very knowledgeable man, very much experience. General, thank you so much for joining me on Nino's Corner.
Thanks very much for having me, Nino.
Folks, if you could just we got a little bit of a delay here, but we'll work with it. There's a lot of things developing right now. Before I get into it first, folks, the number one worst fruit for your waistline. Are you turning healthy fruits into highly unhealthy fruits without even realizing it? Fruit can be one of the healthiest things you can eat and put into your body, but the majority of Americans are guilty of making this single mistake that can counteract all the health benefits of the fruit. Some fruits can help with occasional constipation, reduce bloating, and even help burn calories. Others can wreak havoc on your digestive system and energy levels. And folks, when I learned this, I stopped eating them. I came across this viral presentation from world-renowned heart surgeon Dr. Stephen Gundry, who showcases the three fruits to stop eating today. It was shocking. I had no idea. And after finding it out, I've stopped eating these too. I'm going to put the link down there in the bottom for you all to watch the video and gather a lot from this information. Go watch it right now at thehealthyfat.com/Nino, thehealthyfat.com/Nino. Get started, folks. I use everything I peddle here, everything. All right, let's get into this. So first up, General, thank you for being patient. So the first thing, General, is it looks like Comey's going to be indicted. There's a lot of articles coming out on that right now. And it looks like this is the direction we're going with Trump putting National Guard in 19 states. I feel there's a lot of reason to believe, if you're watching all the signs, and I know you're a general, and me being a fighter, I understand the strategy, that we're getting ready to see some arrests, sir.
Yes, and that's why this is all going down. It's all related. It's related to clearly to Charlie Kirk's death. Everything that goes all the way back to December 9th, when Barack made the decision to create the Russian hoax. This has been one grand conspiracy. And now it's starting to come to a head. And when you make announcements like people like Comey being expected to be indicted in Virginia shortly, you notice it's not in Washington, D.C., we have this act of treason that General Valley and I and Mary Fanning and Ray DiLorenzo wrote in our book Beyond Treason, and our first book on that was Invisible Treason in America. That's what we have here. And I have talked to you about this, but it's all related. It is grand treason.
So I've talked to you about this for years now, and I've been saying this on my channel when I was like the weird conspiracy guy yelling from the rooftops. Nobody believed me. I said the boomerang's coming. These people will, and I doubled down, tripled down, and I have, General, and I've had you on my show many times, and we've stated this. The arrests are coming. People, even when Trump was being arrested and he was, they were going to throw him in jail, all these bad things were happening to Trump. I said, just you wait, the boomerang is coming. Are we now living in the boomerang? Is this the boomerang effect right now?
Yes.
So
And it
now,
could be. It could be. The
okay,
fact is, Cash Patel discovered the burn bags in that room, and all the stuff that we wrote in Beyond Treason and put down and documented, discussed the Russian hoax. 2020 has not come out in public yet, has it?
no, but that's coming, correct?
Yes, and that's why all these actions are transpiring. On their side, of course, they're creating like they had the ICE attacks in Texas yesterday. They've had 3 or 4 in the last year. And what's going on, Charlie Kirk's death, that was, I believe, integrated. It's not some idiot that just didn't like Charlie. That is part of this grand strategy. They have an information operations campaign that all these events are planned and programmed out. And they're trying to create chaos, chaos,
So
and make everybody get excited.
do you think that now that we're coming into fall and Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton are going to be giving their testimonies October 9th and October, I can't remember the other date, 25th, something like that. But do you believe that now with that coming and now that James Comey's been is going to be indicted, now all bets are off? They're just going to go all in with distractions, maybe mass shootings, bigger events to happen, cells being activated in America?
Yes. And
So
look, I believe it's related to Ukraine. I believe it's related to 7 October in Israel. They did this all under Biden, didn't they?
yes,
And these are not accidents. And they sent signals. And they were going to take out Israel. And that's why Iran kicked in and what they did. And Israel has beat the hell out of all of them over there, hasn't he?
correct.
Haven't they?
Yes.
And look at what they've had to do in Gaza. Look, I grew up in Germany after World War II, and I lived in World War II. My father was overseas. I didn't see him for 4 years almost. The fact is, I remember this. We had no Americans worrying about the bombings that were going on in Germany and the German citizens, did we?
No.
No one was doing that. And where have you seen Democrats before that have called Republicans Nazis and called the police and everybody, the Gestapo and all this? What do you see coming out of California, out of Newsom or Newscomb?
New,
The
new,
fact is,
Newsom's being very defiant right now, and I feel that, he's going to have his last stand against Trump, correct? I mean, that's kind of where I see this. It's going to be a showdown with California versus Trump because Trump's going to want to put
correct.
yeah, and they've eliminated all face masks on ICE officers, National Guard, so they're not allowed to protect themselves, protect their families with face coverings. They're making it very difficult.
But look, those face masks do not control ICE. They're federal officials, so they can't do that. And by the way, in that law he put out, the California Highway Patrol, which protects Newsom, isn't relevant to them. So you see, all these things are orchestrated. What's going on in Illinois, Chicago, the murder capital of the world? What was going on in Washington, D.C., the worst murders and crime in history. And all of a sudden, Trump, because they're trying to create chaos in all our cities, the major cities are Democratic run. They are taking orders. And they have these prosecutors that George Soros has funded using U.S. government dollars, et cetera, and all the things that have been discovered with Doge. And all this has been relevant to what's going on. Their government is, the Democrats are trying to close the government down. Why? Because they want NPR and a few of these other things and money going to illegals. Look, we probably got 20 million illegals in this country.
You know what? I would imagine more so, sir, because I would be surprised if it was just 20 million. I would imagine it's 30 to 50 million. That's what I would imagine.
Well, probably. I was being conservative, but
Yeah.
the fact is, all this has been set up, and who's leading it? Barack Hussein Obama. Now, when they arrest Barack Hussein Obama, that's when the uprising is coming. They have an information operations campaign that they are running, and all these events are scheduled to include Charlie.
Okay, so
So
this right here, what I want to bring up is very important, and here it is, sir. And you're hearing this straight from the general. Hegseth orders rare urgent meeting of numerous generals and admirals. So I would love to discuss this further. And it seems to me like this is getting ready for. I mean, if they rioted and protested for George, what do you think they're gonna do? And I've always said, are you under the impression that the fall comes in fall? Are we looking at the arrest happening in fall, or do you think this could take another year and happen next fall, or do you think we are right in the window right now?
I think we're in the window now, and it's coming up. It's being teed up because they recognize all these events that are happening by the Democrats and the Democratic cities and the resistance they're getting and the continued use of calling them Nazis and Gestapo and the events going out trying to kill ICE agents and policemen and all these things. They recognize they have upped the ante, and the reason they have, because what's going to happen when Obama is arrested, when Biden is arrested, because they have all this evidence now. We didn't have it as evidence. We had it because we pieced together parts of things and we understood this. And so that's why we put out the book. But nobody in the mainstream media talks about it like you do or other people that we're on with.
No, I'm really
but it hasn't gotten to the mainstream media.
No, they don't. And that's why I say, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. That's why I keep everything there. Can we talk about this further on 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏? Because I really want to talk about this right here, sir, and I want to get your perspective on this. And I'm kind of it says Hegseth orders rare urgent meeting of numerous generals and admirals. I'm kind of putting this together for my audience, and I know you can help me with this in the sense that, is this for Russia, Ukraine, or is this for the domestic, is it to neutralize the violence and the criminal activity that's going to happen here in America when these massive takedowns begin to happen?
It's all related. Like Ukraine was set up by Biden.
All right, let's get in.
Yeah.
That part,
it's all related.
Kind of part for certain reasons. Can we go to @Nino'sCorner.tv and talk about it more there, sir?
Yes.
Absolutely. I'll see you all at @Nino'sCorner.tv. Let's talk about Pete Hegseth, how they're preparing for this, how these and give me your insight on how these takedowns are going to occur. It looks like, folks, you're hearing it straight from the general. This is getting ready to happen. Sir, thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Let's go to @Nino'sCorner.tv and finish it there. Thank you.
Thanks, Nino.